You have probably noticed the same pattern everywhere. Cloud projects start with excitement, then end in confusion, cost shock, and security anxiety. Not because people are incompetent, but because the organization never built a foundation that makes Azure scalable and governable. If you are a leader, you want confidence that cloud adoption will not become a risk headline or a budget surprise. If you are an architect, you want a blueprint you can defend in steering committees and still deliver with engineering teams. This playlist exists to give you exactly that. A practical, leader-friendly Azure architecture blueprint that covers the decisions that actually matter in the real world, not just service overviews. With that purpose clear, here is what you will build in your mind as you go through this series. You will learn how to design an Azure landing zone that scales, including management groups, subscriptions, guardrails, and ownership. You will learn how to design Zero Trust identity with Microsoft Entra ID so access is controlled and auditable. You will learn hub and spoke networking, segmentation, routing, and domain name system patterns that prevent accidental exposure and limit blast radius. You will learn private endpoints and private domain name system so sensitive services stay private by design. You will learn secure administrative access patterns using Azure Firewall and Azure Bastion so your environment is not one stolen credential away from disaster. And then you will bring it all together through high availability, disaster recovery, logging, observability, policy governance, least privilege access control, key management, data architecture, Kubernetes architecture, secure DevOps, and cost optimization using FinOps. With the scope in mind, let's talk about who this is really for. This playlist is for technology leaders who need a decision framework, not a list of features. You will be able to ask the right questions, set the right expectations, and measure whether cloud adoption is actually under control. This playlist is also for enterprise and cloud architects who need an end-to-end reference architecture they can apply across projects, across teams, and across environments without reinventing everything. You are not here for hands-on step-by-step clicking. You are here to learn the architecture thinking that prevents chaos, supports compliance, and enables delivery at scale. With the audience clear, here is what makes this series different from typical cloud content. You will not get random topics stitched together. Every lecture connects to the next, building one coherent enterprise blueprint. You will learn how to design guardrails that enable delivery instead of blocking it, how to create ownership so teams do not fight during incidents, and how to make decisions that leaders can sponsor because trade-offs are clear. You will learn how to avoid the classic enterprise cloud failures, inconsistent subscriptions, messy access, public exposure by accident, logging gaps, weak recovery planning, uncontrolled DevOps privileges, and cost sprawl. By the end, you will be able to explain your Azure architecture in a way that makes sense to executives and works for engineers, which is the real skill that separates average cloud adoption from successful cloud transformation. With all that said, if you want an Azure architecture blueprint you can actually use, subscribe, and start this playlist from lecture 1. Like this video so more leaders and architects find it, and comment with your biggest Azure challenge right now. For example, landing zone design, identity and access control, networking, disaster recovery, or cost governance. Share this with your team so you can align on one blueprint instead of debating fundamentals every week. And when you are ready, go to the playlist and start building your end-to-end Azure architecture foundation, one lecture at a time.